pulling up, ain't gonna stop. Hide if you want, cause it's ready or not. We the whole gang and we up on your block. Got the red dot on you, now take the shot. 2-8 don't face me, now I got my slide. We hunting down snakes, we aim for the hide. Try to judge me, I don't care what you say, cause the people are here and we win either way. Hey yo, shout out to the truckers who be honking on the road, blocking off the bridge even when the weather's cold. Missing out on money, but to them it do not matter. Fighting for their freedom is the reason that they gather. All over the world, anywhere that you can fathom. Ottawa to Paris, no they are not terrorists. Canberra to Vienna, run up a comparison. Trudeau can't stand them, then he try to ban them. Call up an emergency and do it with some urgency, and call up the city police to take away the liberties. But the numbers going strong, you know we never stand alone. We taking back a rest, you better take the story on your phone. Then we go to States, put the stick up on my plane. Ain't gonna show a back sport, you don't wanna ask for it. Then I'll call the truckers and we call it 18-wheeler force. Block it now and no remorse. Australia to hit the source, they calling for the power so that they can come to take your body, your life, to end your mortal strife. Take away the guns, then take away the funds. Hacking at the fundraisers so we know the hell awaits. And really think they're gonna stop it, but they'll never make a profit. No more water in the faucet, cause the workers don't deposit. For the timers doing violence, rebels got it moving silence. Till it's time to make it loud on the streets and in the cloud. Get banned, stand up, you know we gotta man up. I ain't gonna little timer try to lock us up. Say we gotta wear a mask while they party in the club. Vax that thing up, or I cannot buy us up. Think the politicians forgetting who paid the pay stub. It's only been a couple years, you know that we are fed up. Truck Trudeau and the same go for Joe. And if you try to lock me down again, then I'ma let it blow. If you try to push the vaccine, I'ma say no. If you think that you're safe, we better run up in your place. We done with the games, we done with the snakes. You better be scared, we'll do what it takes. Patriots pulling up, ain't gonna stop. Hide if you want, cause it's ready or not. We the whole gang and we up on your block. Got the red dot on you, now take the shot.
I won't take the vax, no. Fauci is a backhole. Why you even rap, bro? If you ain't spitting facts, though. Fire like the Bascos. I'll check the swag, bro. Don't trust anyone on news and a lab coat bars. Why they always grifting for the black votes? TikTok pop star, swear it's all an act, bro. Now they want the truckers in the prison cause they mad, so I'ma make a song that made their next turn. Lassos. Call me rap cowboy. Even as a little DC, I was a loud boy. Spitting racist jokes in the class like a proud boy. Okay, who you kidding? I'm a Gavin this McGinnis when I'm rapping like a tabloid. 9/11 inside job. Michelle's got a real big schlong. Probably like 10-inch long. They probably wanna end this song, but we ain't gonna end this song. No, McDonald's fries kill more people than Corona did. Masked up class suffocating all the COVID kids. Let me take a breath. They're praying on the death. I blame it on the left. Daking who you rep. Jesus Christ is the set. I can see that they upset. Gays go to hell. Why? Cause they have anal sex, that's why. Faggot.
Patriots pulling up, ain't gonna stop. Hide if you want, cause it's ready or not. We the whole gang and we up on your block. Got the red dot on you, now take the shot. Stay awake, not woke, I'm tuned in. Your point of view too far, need to zoom in. Ain't got no facts, you assuming. About to call on blue, the way you be cluing. Stay awake, not woke, I'm tuned in. Your point of view too far, need to zoom in. Ain't got no facts, you assuming. About to call on blue, the way you be cluing. Have we had enough of your lies for one night? Have we felt enough of our pain to know it's real? How do you feel? Sick and tired of the lies, all I'm feeling is the pain. It's the devil in disguise while I'm standing in the rain. Water pouring from the sky, but you tell me the opposite. Like I don't have a consciousness, like I'm stuck in the matrix and my brain's up for the taking. But we don't do that, I know my facts. They say that he was elected, but where the stats at? They say that jab the only way to get your life back. But if you have a heart attack, then they will go to hide that. Look at the FDA, acting like KKK, trying to run all our lives like we they brand new slaves. Lose the job, bent from plain segregation, all the same. They call themselves progressives, but they taking us all back again. Bring the world to darkness and sacrifice the children then. When it's said and done, then you will never live with hope again. I say that we break the chains, we can't leave the world the same. Make love real again. As we fly above the truth, I ask of God, am I with you? I walk the path, go to the line, but still I feel that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages from all across the world. My name is Chandler Crump, and we are now tuned in with Crump Live, our twice weekly show for news, entertainment, and politics, and also a general, overlook of things that are happening in the world right now. Now, I join you live here today from the great state of Georgia, the great red state of Georgia, in the land of the red, white, and blue, land of the free, home of the brave.
But in 2022, I don't know if any of that is still true. Well, I know it's true, but I don't know if the internet, if the rest of the world, if the rest of this country or even state believes the same thing anymore. We come to you now at a crossroads of the public square. We've been talking about censorship online for years now. In fact, just my show earlier this week was talking about what's happening over at Twitter. And Twitter is going to be a big part of what we're talking about today, but I want to go over everything with you guys. This is a big show. I've been looking forward to it for a long time, and it seems like the dominoes are just falling into place for me to be really, really angry about where we are right now. First things first, I want to say what is going on to everybody in the chat. Roxanne Shante says hit the like button. I think that is some great advice. You guys may notice I'm sitting a little bit higher in my chair this time around, so you guys can catch the gas shirt. Of course, we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. I'm really thankful to everybody who has picked one of these shirts up. Really great stuff. The gas prices are a big thing, but honestly, I don't even want to talk about that right now. We'll talk about that next week. We talked about that all this week. Everybody already knows what's going on with the gas prices, but if you or a loved one has attempted to lament about it online, well, you may have gotten banned for it. Now, one group of people that have made very sure that they'll get banned off of almost everything they're on, banned almost as many places as Trump is Project Veritas. Now, they've done something just straight up insane and incredible today. They leaked the Twitter all-hands meeting that Elon Musk had just today. Like, literally, hours ago, this meeting was. Twitter got their hands on it and put it out for all of us and our viewing pleasure to enjoy. Now, we're not going to watch the whole thing. Obviously, it was a long meeting. But what I want to get to you guys is to show you the message that Elon Musk delivered to his soon-to-be employees and how they responded. Because, yes, not only did Project Veritas capture what he said, but they captured how these tweeps, and yes, that's their own name, responded to it. So let's check this out. Project Veritas leaks hashtag Twitter all hands with Elon Musk. It's essential to have free speech.
Yep.
Important to represent multiple opinions and not driving a narrative. Let's watch just a little bit of this, just a minute of this.
I think it's essential to have a free speech and to be able to communicate. Yeah, just communicate freely if there are multiple opinions, but and just make sure that we're not sort of driving a narrative. In order for people to have trust in Twitter, I think it's extremely important that there be transparency. I think Twitter, in terms of like serious issues, can be a lot better in informing people about serious issues. How many times have the media gotten it right? I would say almost never. Not never, but almost never.
Ooh, that's searing right there.
Can we talk briefly about your political views?
Well, my political views, I think, are moderate. I'm in favor of moderate politics, but allowing people who have relatively extreme views to express those views within the bounds of the law. It's free speech within the context of the law. So it's not. I'm definitely not suggesting that we, just flout the law, because we'll get shut down in that case. And I think there's also there's freedom of speech and freedom of reach. So I think people should be allowed to say, pretty outrageous things that are within the bounds of the law, but then they don't, it doesn't get amplified. It doesn't get, a ton of reach.
So if you said anything that Elon Musk just said, maybe about a decade ago in regards to Twitter, Facebook, back then it wasn't Meta or anything like that, YouTube, we would probably get a lot of people agreeing with you. In fact, maybe even then President Obama would be like, well, yes, this sounds good. Because back then, even Obama was at least slightly reasonable. I mean, sure, it was, as Trump described it, the slowest economic recovery we've ever seen. But at the very least, he seemed to have some sort of moral overlap with the quote-unquote other side of the aisle insofar as the Republicans around that time. And probably even Republicans today. But as time goes on, these liberals, these Democrats seem to be dragged further and further away from any semblance of, respect, any sense of moral standing ground. They've gotten further and further from this, including the employees of Twitter themselves. But before we go on to that, I do want to make mention that I didn't pull up Sour Patch Lids for no reason. She's the lady who produces the Tim Cash show, who I'm sure a lot of y'all watch. Might even have a little bit of overlap with them. I'm sure I compete with them a good amount of time, but y'all are just gonna have to live with that one. But anyway, Sour Patch Lids posted this a few hours ago, reposting from Benny Johnson. Elon Musk commented under it. He said exactly. I don't know how many CEOs or incoming CEOs would be willing to comment under their own meetings being exposed by some independent investigative journalist organization like Project Veritas and go under it and say, yeah, I said what I said. I don't retract anything. I don't care that the media and everybody's talking about it. I said what I said. Isn't that pretty based from Elon Musk, who isn't even like, quote unquote based ultra MAGA? He's not crazy like that. He's not ultra MAGA or anything like that. Not to say that ultra MAGA is crazy, but he's a moderate. He votes for He's voted for one Republican so far, Mayra Flores, and just yesterday we were discussing that he wants to vote for Ron DeSantis, which is, that kind of tugs the line a little bit away from moderates, but still, he's not like a crazy right-wing figure that Joe Biden or others would probably try to shape him up to be. That's just not his MO. But unfortunately, those within his organization don't care. Now, here we have the hashtag Twitter All Hands, which was trending #1 earlier today, just a few hours ago. I wanted to scroll through this just to see you guys. There's him talking about wanting to make a super moderate super PAC to donate money to politicians that are running under a moderate umbrella. Those that just, they aren't far right, they aren't far left. They've got some things here, some things there. And sure, a lot of people may disagree on them because centrists are just, as people describe them, fence sitters. But either way, there was a lot of momentum behind this to get 14,000 likes under this. And I want to mention once again that Elon Musk is one of at least the top 10, maybe probably even top 5, top 3 followed accounts on Twitter, approaching 100 million followers. This man represents a wide swath of Americans that don't view things under a highly polarized political lens. They view things under an objective lens, as Elon Musk does. And I'm sure there's plenty of people that support him that fall a little bit further left, fall a little bit further right. I know plenty on both sides. But unfortunately, those within Twitter don't care what he has to say. They don't respect Elon Musk, as Project Veritas exposed a few weeks back with the guy who was talking about Elon Musk's Asperger's and was saying, yeah, he's special. Why do we have to listen to him? Just really insane stuff. But now we get to even see what the tweeps, yes, I will never let that go, what the tweeps truly think of Elon Musk. So I wanted to just let you guys see this a little bit. It's going to be a little difficult to read, but queer people cannot trust this man. We've seen this kind of homophobia and transphobia before. There's nothing salvageable about what he says. Holding space for you and our other queer tweeps. Yes, I told you, they actually say tweaks. Or tweeps, I should say, not tweaks. Let's see, what else do they say? Let's unpause. It does, okay, so base person in there says, hold on, let me go back. It fast forwarded, but it says, he can vote for whoever he wishes, and that's no one in this chat's business. Everybody hated that one. Jessica Pan says, it does when the person he votes for directly hurts me. Natasha says, he has the right to vote for whoever he wishes to vote. That's his right. Just like it's your right to vote for whoever you wish. It's called democracy. Somebody then commented, when his biases impact people's lives, it matters. No one is saying he can't vote one way or another, but there's no separation of personal interest to what makes sense for your business. Your comment is privileged. You need to check your privilege. So obviously, these Twitter employees are off their rockers, straight up, just insane. These tweets, I guess. And they've been tracked down. Project Veritas has all their information. I mean, even some of their names are here. And I bet if we decided to go through and find Mish Zambrana or Jessica Pan, we could probably see just how Pan, this Jessica Pan character is. It's a terrible dad joke. But either way, you can see what these people really stand for. And it's not for free speech. It's not for freedom of ideas. And it's definitely not behind their soon-to-be, more than likely, CEO in Elon Musk. But I want to know what y'all think. We have tons more to jump into about this. Trust me, there's another piece of the story that is even crazier about Elon, but I want to read a few chat messages here. As you guys know, this is our show we do every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8. And around here, we like to have a conversation. We like to chill out and read what the chat is saying. So Gail Yost says, hi, Chandler. Nice to see you, Gail. Let's see here. See in the chat. Curzon says, white, nasty, fat lady liberal goes straight for privileges. You're gonna give thick wrist a run for his money in there with those messages right there. Yes, these fat Twitter employees, these fat tweeps just don't know what they're doing. They really don't. That dog straight says, Chandler, put them to bed like My Pillow. Well, you know what? I've got it right here for them. I got them on My Pillow. Make sure you use code CRUMP at checkout over on mypillow.com. We've got, if that fat white liberal who works at Twitter after running a mile or walking a mile in about 2 hours, gets really tired, she, they, her, I don't know, can get a good night's sleep. But anyways, let's jump in further about this. Wait, Bingley says, lol, ain't Musk actually African-American? Yeah, they need to check their privilege, right? I don't understand. But anyways, not only did Project Veritas get this exposed about what Elon Musk was saying, they were even talking about Mayra Flores, the person he voted for, but Elon, after this was posted by Benny Johnson, commented under that and said, interesting. Yes, Elon Musk is aware of what all these different people are saying. Let's watch the video again. How do you find and measure usefulness? Serious question, interested in strategy. Queer people cannot trust this man, yada yada. We've already seen some of this. Ron DeSantis is moderate. I'm so sorry. What world am I living in? So I now need to worry about being unemployed, depending on whether I'm considered exceptional. That's my takeaway from this. No, I think worrying about being unemployed is gonna come from you talking about Elon Musk in the Slack channels. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't know. Elon Musk is aware. Patriots are in control. He knows what's going on. And he might be getting in there to deal with things once and for all. Because he's talked very heavily about what's going on with Twitter. And he's in there. Bryce, I did get a chance to see your countdown, but we had to jump right into the show today. So no harm, no foul, but there's tons going on. This is some big stuff. There's a lot of censorship happening, though. Not just on Twitter. There's censorship happening on Facebook and Meta and other places. And some people that are willing to speak out against it. I'm willing to speak out against it. There's some big things happening on this show that you're going to want to stay tuned for about censorship here on YouTube. But before we jump into that, I want to jump into an unlikely, maybe, ally in this fight against censorship we have right now. And that is Governor of California, Gavin Newsom.
Yep.
Yeah. Moment of silence for that one. I know y'all are like, hold on. Gavin Newsom? He's the one talking about this? Yes. Now, he's not so far as to say, well, conservatives are being censored on YouTube and Twitter and all that. But he is doing something pretty amazing. He has now joined Truth Social, and he posted this video. Let me unmute it for y'all.
It's Governor Gavin Newsom, and I know we're all on this platform in search for the truth. But the truth is, I've not been able to find a simple explanation for the fact that we have a red state murder problem. 8 of the top 10 states with the highest murder rates happen to be red states. So the question is simple. What are the laws and policies in those states that are leading to such carnage?
So he's asking a very simple, albeit stupid question. And of course, on Truth Social, he is in enemy territory. So if I can show you guys this, I didn't like and retweet this. That just shows you how many, or retruth this. It just shows you how many it is. But if you go to his page, woohoo! Almost 7,000 comments on it. That's a heavy ratio in Twitter terms. But him being on Truth Social is actually very interesting. Governor, I'm glad you've joined the platform. Why make this a partisan issue, though? Red states, blue states shouldn't matter. Let's not use this platform to divide even more. Well, of course, everybody's going to have their comments and questions about it, but I think it's actually a really good thing for Gavin Newsom to be joining Truth Social. I mean, hey, everybody is like, it's a what's the word I'm looking for? Echo chamber. We're not going to have any real discussions on Truth Social, which is where I disagree. Now, you guys may know that I've been here on YouTube for almost 4 years now. I joined back in January of 2019, and we'll be coming up on my 4th anniversary sometime soon. I think like January of next year, if my math is right. But either way, that's a long time. And in my early days of YouTube, I spent a lot of time covering just how terrible things were in California under Gavin Newsom's rule. And when Gavin Newsom decided to join Truth Social, I just had to get in there and make it heard. So here's a small clip that I posted just to educate Gavin Newsom about what's happening in his state, since apparently he just doesn't know how terrible his blue state California is in comparison to the rest of the country and us very proud red state folk. Let's hear it.
Because of laws implemented by the government of Los Angeles, it is now a city of homelessness and filth. Residents of Los Angeles step out of their beautiful homes only to be met face to face with fecal matter, or in some terrible cases, carcasses. And not animal carcasses, human carcasses. Because homeless people simply have nowhere else to go. They use the bathroom on the streets, leaving the city stinking and reeking of democratic failure. But there's another Californian city that's suffering way worse than Los Angeles is. San Francisco, which unsurprisingly has been under democratic rule since 1964, has around 7,500 homeless people. While this is much less than 60,000 homeless people in Los Angeles County, San Francisco's fecal matter problem is unrivaled. Earlier this year, a map depicting fecal matter within the city of San Francisco gained media traction. It gained traction because there was so much fecal matter depicted within the city that the map began to turn black. According to data collected by Open the Books, there have been as many as 28,000 cases of fecal matter discovered in San Francisco in 2018. In fact, that's enough cases for each homeless person in San Francisco to defecate on the street 3 times. Each. Also, keep in mind, this is the city that's handing out syringes to homeless people, and only half of them are being returned. So look at it like this. San Francisco, the democratic paradise of poop on the ground and syringes with God knows what's inside, And 7,000 homeless people with no hope?
I know it may seem a little bit vain to be laughing and smiling so heavily at this, but it's just I remember how different things were back then, you know. It didn't feel like the rest of the country was about to become California. And we sure didn't have Gavin Newsom grandstanding about how much better things would be if we had blue governors in Georgia and Florida and Texas and I don't know, I guess Virginia. I was gonna say list another red state, but even Virginia is voting red for its governor, which shows you just how much people are fed up with Democrat leadership in a lot of these places. That even a state that went for Biden very easily, and a state that has a long history, or at least a great strong history of going Democrat in most chambers and most areas of it, is willing to vote for a Republican governor. People are sick and tired. People are hurting. And we're not allowed to talk about any of it online. We're not. If we even try, we get banned off of YouTube. Temporarily or even permanently. Like a few people, friends of mine I know, have been banned very recently too. We're going to talk about that a little bit more. I want to keep the show going. You guys don't go anywhere. I do want to give a quick shout out to our current Hall of Heroes members. These people above us are financial supporters of the show. I also really appreciate them. So Mark Cook and John L. If you're interested in joining the Hall of Heroes, then stay tuned to listen very closely to these brief